At 1:19 in the morning, a voice crackles across the airwaves over the South China Sea. Good night, Malaysian 370. It is calm, routine, the sign-off of a captain handing his aircraft from Malaysian to Vietnamese control. Less than 2 minutes later, the transponder goes dark. And a Boeing 777 carrying 239 souls simply ceases to exist. There was no distress call. No mayday, no smoke, no frantic transmission begging for help. One of the largest and most sophisticated airliners ever built, weighing more than 200 tons at takeoff, dropped off the map in an instant. In an age when we track pizza deliveries by the minute, an entire wide-body jet vanished without a trace. It remains the greatest mystery in the history of aviation. They were flying home. Families returning from holidays, engineers, artists, a group of Chinese calligraphers, grandparents cradling sleeping children. Bound for Beijing, expected at dawn. Dawn came, and the arrivals board froze on a single, impossible word, delayed. That word would never change. March 8, 2014. Flight MH370 lifts off from Kuala Lumpur at 12:41 a.m. into a clear, moonlit night. The forecast is perfect, the aircraft immaculate, the crew seasoned. For 38 minutes everything is textbook, the jet climbing to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The automated reporting system that quietly relays engine data to the ground sends its last message and then falls silent. Then, at the exact seam between two nations' airspace, in the one blind spot where no one is truly watching, the transponder blinks out, and the plane disappears. Here the first question plants itself, and it will haunt every investigator for a decade. Why there? Why the precise handover point between Malaysian and Vietnamese controllers, the moment when each side assumes the other has the plane? It is either the unluckiest coincidence in aviation, or the most deliberate. The timing is too clean to be an accident, yet too strange to explain. For 17 minutes, no one panics. Malaysian control believes Vietnam has it. Vietnam waits for a plane that never checks in. By the time anyone realizes MH370 is not on anyone's screen, it has already flown far beyond where it should be, and the hours are bleeding away. Then the military radar tells a story that should be impossible. MH370 did not continue toward Beijing. Minutes after that final, good night, the jet banked hard to the left, a deliberate, sweeping U-turn back across the Malay Peninsula. It flew over the island of Penang, threaded between airspace boundaries, and headed out over the Andaman Sea, in exactly the wrong direction. This was no drifting ghost plane. Someone, or something, flew that turn. The heading was precise. The waypoints were navigational, the kind a pilot programs into a flight computer. Whoever held the controls knew exactly how to make a 777 disappear, switching off the very systems designed to report its position. The plane was not lost. It was being hidden. And here the open loop tightens. If the aircraft was flown with such cold precision, then this was intent. But intent by whom, and toward what end? A hijacker? The captain? A catastrophe we still cannot name? The Andaman Sea gave no answer. The plane turned once more, this time south, into the emptiest ocean on Earth. MH370 had gone silent to the world, but it was still whispering. Every hour, a satellite high over the Indian Ocean sent a faint electronic handshake to the aircraft, a ping asking simply, "Are you still there?" 7 times the plane answered. It said nothing about where it was or who was flying it. It only proved, coldly, that it was still airborne, still burning fuel, for nearly 7 more hours after that farewell. British engineers at Inmarsat seized on those pings and did something never attempted before. From the tiny frequency shifts in each handshake, the Doppler wobble of a moving object, they reverse-engineered a path. The math pointed relentlessly in one direction, away from land, away from rescue, into the southern Indian Ocean. One of the deepest, loneliest, least charted expanses of water on the planet. The final ping carried a chilling detail. It was not a routine handshake but a log-on request, the kind an aircraft sends when its engines have flamed out and backup power sputters to life. In other words, the last thing MH370 ever told the world was the electronic signature of it running out of fuel and beginning to fall. What followed was the most expensive search in aviation history. Ships from dozens of nations combed a stretch of ocean the size of a continent. Submersibles crawled across underwater mountain ranges and trenches kilometers deep, mapping a seafloor no human eye had ever seen. Roughly 120,000 square kilometers were scoured in the first great effort. Month after month, year after year, the sonar returned the same verdict: nothing. Then the sea began, slowly, to give things back. In July 2015, on a beach on Reunion Island, a piece of a wing washed ashore, crusted in barnacles. A flapron, later confirmed to be from MH370. Over the following years, more fragments surfaced along the coasts of Africa, more than 20 pieces scattered across thousands of miles of shoreline. Each one proved the plane had come down, and each one deepened the silence. The debris planted a new, quieter question. The pieces of wing flap were found in a particular state, and analysts studied their fracture patterns like reading an X-ray. Were the flaps extended for a controlled landing, or torn apart in an uncontrolled dive? The answer would reveal whether a human hand was on the controls at the very end. The wreckage hinted, but it would not confess. The evidence, when finally weighed, tilted toward the darkest reading. Investigators concluded the flaps were likely not deployed, suggesting no one tried to ditch the plane gently on the water. The satellite math, the fuel exhaustion, the steepening descent, all pointed to a high-speed spiral into the sea. And the deliberate turn, the silenced transponder, the 7-hour flight to nowhere, spoke of a mind that meant for this jet never to be found. Suspicion has circled the captain for a decade, a veteran aviator who had built a flight simulator in his home. On it, investigators found a deleted route, roughly similar to MH370's final path, ending in the southern Indian Ocean. It is the closest thing to a fingerprint we have. And yet it proves nothing. No motive was ever established, no note, no confession. A single simulated flight is not a murder weapon. So the theories multiply in the vacuum: hijacking, hypoxia, fire, a plan we will never understand, each one able to explain some of the facts and none able to explain them all. The truth is not gone. It is somewhere, resting in the dark on the floor of the Indian Ocean, sealed in a fuselage the sonar has never quite touched. For 239 families, there is no grave to visit, no final word, only a boarding pass for a flight that landed nowhere. A decade of searching, hundreds of millions of dollars, the finest minds and machines we have, and the ocean has kept it secret. Somewhere out there, a Boeing 777 is still, in the only way that matters, waiting to be found. And until it is, MH370 has not crashed. It has simply never landed.